let's make some high protein snack mix. As I mentioned, this is a two-step process. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make some spicy garbanzo beans, which are going to add some high protein crunch to our high protein snack mix. And then we're going to go ahead and make the cereal mixture. Okay, so to start the beans, I've got my oven preheating to 400 degrees. And this part is super easy. And in fact, once you make these roasted garbanzo beans, you might find that you just like those just on their own. They do make a really good snack. But as I said, I wanted to incorporate these into the whole snack mix just to give it some more dimension, more crunch. So I have in this bowl, I've got 2 cans, 15-ounce cans of garbanzo beans. They've been rinsed, they've been drained, and they've been patted dry. Now, one thing you might notice when you open garbanzo beans from the can is that they have these little skins on them sometimes, which you can leave if you want to, but what you might notice is if you're patting these dry on a kitchen towel, which is what I would recommend, is that as you start to pat them and rub them gently, the skins just come right off. So, you know, if you want to, that's what I did. I just rubbed them kind of gently with my kitchen towel. I was able to pull off all those little white skins, and it just kind of makes the finished product look a little better, but not critical. All right, so I've got the 2 cans of beans in here. I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. That's needed because that's going to help the beans kind of crisp up in the oven. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. Now, if you don't like chili powder, if you don't like things that are hot and spicy, you can leave that out. I think this recipe is really versatile because you can really go a lot of different directions with the spices. As I was doing this, I was thinking this would probably be really good with like curry, which I'm going to try next time. But that's what I chose. If you don't want quite that much chili powder, you can cut the amounts. It doesn't really matter. It's really the oil that you want, and honestly, a little bit of salt does help with the flavor. Okay, and then just mix those up, and then take out your baking tray and just spread these out on your baking sheet. Try to get a baking sheet, if you can, that's got enough room so that they can really spread out, because if your baking sheet is too small and if they're too crowded, what's going to happen is